Yo, what is going on, everybody? So, welcome to episode 17 of the Sports Talk Podcast with your hosts Robert and Tyler.
Yo, 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 what is up, y'all?
So, before we get started, man, we got a lot. A lot to talk about because there are some interesting stories. So, before all that starts, if you guys here you are new to the Philly Sports Talk Podcast channel, consider hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on, and start liking the stream up and start checking out my back catalog of videos that I've made on this journey. But before we get to start the show, we're gonna do the same thing as technically I call it our NFL prediction. So we're gonna go for NFL Week 3. Let me share my screen with you guys, and boom. So
Man,
from
it didn't share it, bro.
I didn't. Oh, sorry. All right.
There we go. There we go.
I forgot to edit the stream.
There we go. It's
So
up now.
September 26th is week 3 of the NFL of the 2021. Or actually, yeah, we have a lot of week 3 games to go through.
So many. Holy shit.
Well,
I want to first before we do the predictions, I want to talk about the last game, the Thursday night one.
The Panthers and the Texans.
Yeah, the Panthers freaking demoralized. Goddamn the Texans, man. They took them out.
No, how about this, man? But thank goodness. I don't know, man. I think before we even get into the prediction, I have a feeling that the Panthers are going to be a playoff team. This is kind of how I see it.
I think we've established this last week on the show. We said this team was going to be a playoff team, and I'm believing it.
Right now, they start the first one of the very few teams that are still undefeated. Obviously, I think a huge loss to them is losing Christian McCaffrey for a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. It's like, Jesus.
But I feel like they got a really.
Oh yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot of depth around that team.
Yeah.
So it's at least not too bad. So sorry, but I don't want to scroll too fast for you guys. First game for week 3: Colts and Titans.
Titans are taking that one, unfortunately. Carson Wentz still needs to get out of his own way. The offensive line for the Colts is battered. The defense is atrocious for Indy, and I think the Titans, they did wake up from that week 1 loss.
Oh, for sure.
So they're going to take this one.
Yeah, I'm going with the Titans as well, just because, like you said, because obviously, not just that too. Also, Carson Wentz has 2 hurt ankles. Like, how the hell do you? Number one, how the hell do you hurt 2 ankles at the same goddamn time? Like,
I think it's possible.
It is possible, but it's crazy to think about. But yeah, I think after the Titans waking up from that disastrous matchup against the Cardinals, like it's a good. I'm going, like you said, Titans. I think they're very solid all around. Derrick Henry, still an outstanding running back for them. But yeah, so Titans. I think we got Titans going against for beating this one. The Falcons and the Giants.
Honestly, I hate to do this, and I hate to say it, the Giants, because the Falcons are atrocious. I feel like the reason why the Giants lost to go to 0-2 was because of that dumb penalty. If they didn't commit that dumb penalty and that kick was missed, they would have won that game.
Exactly. For me, I'm going with the Falcons because their run game is pretty decent, and the Giants' defense is not that good. So, I mean,
you can make a case for it.
Yeah. Honestly. I mean, overall, this is a trap game for both teams because they both stink. I mean, it's. I think. I mean, like you said, you're going the Giants. For me, I'm going Falcons because obviously if you have not a good run defense, they're going to kill you. Take a look for us. Like, for example, the first half, like they destroyed or not say destroyed us, but kind of they gave us problems, but we wound up making adjustments. Yep. But Chargers and Chiefs.
I feel like this game's a huge toss-up game for me.
Yeah.
I feel like the Chargers will eke this one out, honestly, as to complete the upset. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know what's up. I don't know what's up with the Chiefs this year, man.
especially they're on the defensive side of things.
I don't know what they've given up so many big plays. I don't know what's up with them, man.
I don't. I mean, I don't know either. I mean, the fact that um, the Chiefs are just. I mean, their defense is their secondary. Man, they've been giving up a lot of points, and it's not that good of a look for the Chiefs. But
They've
I'm
been
going
getting
to
torched.
exactly, and I think that's why I think the Chargers are going to have a field day with the Chiefs. But who knows?
Mm.
Bengals and the Steelers.
I think the Steelers are going to take this one. But it's going to be a really close game.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking too, because the thing about the Bengals is I know they're not the greatest team in the world. I mean, obviously, it's a decent start for the Bengals, but I mean, obviously, it's two games for for a lot of this team so far. But with the Bengals, I just feel like whereas their offensive line actually has been very solid, you know, in their first two games, and Burrow knows how to put points on the board. I mean, I think, and the Steelers defense, it's kind of questionable. Teams, Pittsburgh is as old as it is. I mean, just like
Mm.
who knows how much Big Ben has left in him. They don't have a solid backup quarter. I mean, do you really have to rely on Dwayne Haskins or Mason Rudolph to take the place of Ben Roethlisberger when he's gone? I don't think so. But I'm just saying, it's just like this is kind of where it is what it is. Like you said, it's going to be a close game. I know that for sure. But I feel like the Bengals might squeeze this one out because I don't feel like the Steelers defense can really hold up, but I might be wrong. But I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one.
Okay.
I say by 3. I think 3 points is going to be the closest I'm going to predict this game. Probably down to a field goal.
All right.
Bears and the Cleveland Browns.
Browns are taking this one. I'm sorry, Bears fans, but you guys keep starting Andy Dalton, and it's just bad, man.
Exactly.
It's just bad.
But I think no, actually, they're going to start Justin Fields this week.
Oh, so I mean, if you start Justin Fields this week, you have somewhat of a chance. But again, young rookie quarterback. I don't think the Bears are taking this one.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go with the Browns because most of them are experienced. Baker Mayfield, he's been he's been a solid quarterback since entering the league. Not going to hold it against him, but I think the Browns, overall has a better chance to really just really take the Bears out.
Yep.
I think this is going to be an easy one. I'm going with the Ravens. The Ravens against the Lions.
I'm going Ravens too, man.
Because Lamar Jackson,
like we said for 2 weeks now, the Lions.
It's just shambles.
It's just a shambles, man.
There's nothing really else to say. But Baltimore knows how to put up tremendous amount of points. But I'll give Detroit the Lions this too. Like they know how to fight. Come back into games. I'll give them that. But the problem is though, is like you guys don't have.
Can you win? You can come back, but can you win?
Yeah,
and that's the one thing that is the one thing they are not able to do is to win. They can come back in games. They can't win.
Exactly. Because it's like, yeah, kudos to you almost letting the 49ers choke the 25-point lead. But the problem is you can't finish. You can't finish what you started. Saints and Patriots. I kind of felt like
this one's a toss-up for me because the Patriots looked really good last week, albeit against the Jets. But the thing is, the Saints also look good.
Despite getting their ass whooped by the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. That's the only thing. They got their ass whooped by the Carolina Panthers, but Jameis Winston again looked good.
Oh, for sure. So he's pretty much saying, look, maybe game one was not a fluke for me, but he put up some decent numbers against that, but it's just not just the outcome that the Saints were hoping for, unfortunately.
Yeah, they just got beat in the end.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I feel like this is going to be a close game. In a way, I kind of have the Saints beating the Patriots because of how inexperienced the Patriots team is.
Oh, for sure.
On that offensive side of the ball, but I feel like I'm gonna have to give this one to the Patriots.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
because
to.
I'm going Patriots as well because Mac, for some odd reason, Mac Jones, like his first 2 games, man, he's been very,
You've
you know,
been balling, man.
dude, like, because I think everyone had doubts, like, is he going to be the successor of Tom Brady?
I
And
feel like that's why people had the doubts, is because
like
they were
that's
like,
some big
yeah,
shoes to fill.
look what happened for like the last 2 decades. They had one of the best quarterbacks in the game,
Yeah, and
and
then
now you got this young, unproven rookie.
who balled out for you the first 2 weeks of the season.
He's got shoes to fill, dude.
Yeah, it's huge shoes to fill. Like
Giant ass shoes to fill, man. It's huge. But yeah,
exactly.
I feel like Mac has that potential to be that guy.
oh, for sure. See, for me, I don't. I think it's going to be. I don't think. I think it's going to be a close one between the Saints and the Patriots. Not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be. I say about say. I think 10 points is going to be the closest I can give these two teams.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is probably going to be another easy one with the Cardinals and the Jaguars.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Look,
I mean,
I'm a huge Clemson fan, but right now Trevor Lawrence's rookie season isn't going like he hoped.
oh, for definitely. And not to mention,
It's
Urban Meyer doesn't know where he's at.
Urban Meyer looks like he has no clue what the fuck he's doing.
exactly.
Like, he doesn't. He's basically another Chip Kelly.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for he doesn't have the GM job. He only has the coaching job.
Thank God then. But yeah, I mean,
he is a college coach that can't cut it in the NFL.
even and this is the thing about the Cardinals too. Like they got Kyler Murray, who's probably a front runner for the end of NFL MVP. You got J.G. Watt on the defensive end. You got DeAndre Hopkins and Larry Fitzgerald on as part of the receiving core. Like just to name a few.
And also look at their cornerback core.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at their cornerback position. They're no slouches on defense, and they're also no slouches on offense. Like you said, they got Kyler Murray, they got D-Hop,
Larry Fitzgerald.
They got guys who can do it.
J.J. Watt still, I think, was one of the most. Is a steal
that's by defensive side of the ball. I already covered defensive side of the ball. I was going back on offense. But.
Yeah, and that's the thing too about the Cardinals too. This is going to be probably make or break for Cliff Kingsbury for the Cardinals. Like if they don't, because his from what I've been hearing, his job is on the line with the Cardinals. It's like, but then again,
why?
I see. I don't know about that because I
think that's just media trying to stir up the pot. Like Cliff Kingsbury's job is fine. He just led the Cardinals back into the playoffs, or almost led them to the playoffs last year. This team has started 2-0.
And Kyler Murray.
How in the hell is he on the hot seat already?
Your guess as good as mine.
That's just me. I'm sorry, but that's just media stirring up the goddamn pot. He ain't on the hot seat. He's fine.
And then we go to the Bills and the Washington football team. I'm going to have to go with the Bills on this one.
I'm going to have to go with the Bills. I think they have more firepower on both sides of the ball.
And Josh Allen is a force to be reckoned with.
Josh Allen, he's been impressive every year. He's one of himself every year in every game.
Oh, for sure.
I like Washington's quarterback, even though he's temporary right now because of COVID. But I kind of want him to be the starter in Washington.
Oh, for sure. Because to mention,
that's their best bet. That is their best bet.
Well, he's only taking over because Fitzpatrick is hurt.
Okay, Fitzpatrick is hurt. I thought it was COVID.
No.
No, it's Fitzpatrick's hurt.
But he did.
Hold on. Dump Fitzpatrick. And make Heineke the number one guy.
Exactly, because think about it this way: last season, Heineke led to the Washington football team to the playoffs last year.
Albeit as a 7-9 team, but he led them to the damn playoffs. And he won. I think he won a playoff game.
He did, and the fact that
you brought in game, he won that game.
Yeah, and the fact that your front office will say, "Oh, let's go get another quarterback."
Oh, let's get Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's inconsistent every year. No, man.
Which is surprising. No. Like it blows our minds. Like, how the hell is he lasted this long after?
When I saw that they got Ryan Fitzpatrick in the offseason, I just laughed.
I was like, why?
I'm like, how do you fuck that up? You had Taylor Heineke, who led you to the fucking playoffs and
and
won a damn playoff game
as a rookie quarterback.
as a rookie goddamn quarterback. Come
Oh,
on, you had your guy right there for the taking, and you went and
exactly.
got Fitzpatrick, who's inconsistent. Come
And not
on,
to,
Washington
yeah, exactly. I think this is kind of an easy one. The Broncos and the Jets.
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos
Come
for
on,
sure. I
they
mean,
got the defense. The defense is going to smother Zach Wilson all day, and he's going to throw more picks, and he's not going to be that good. And that offensive line is in net still, and their defense is ass, and
I mean, they're just bad all around.
they're battered. They're too undermanned to face any team. I expect honestly, I expect them to go 0-17.
Yeah, I've been
I'm
hearing
sorry.
that say there's a chance that the Jets are going to go 0-17. Same with the Detroit Lions as well.
I don't think the Detroit Lions
Well, I
will
think the
go
Jet.
0-17. I think they'll win a few games.
I say 2 and
I
15
think
for
they're I think
the.
they're good enough to win a few games. But the
Yeah,
Jets, they're not good enough at all. They're not even good.
no, it's
They're
a
not even
shame.
close to good. They are atrocious.
Oh, exactly. Not to mention you have one of our former executives, Joe Douglas, kind of running your GM. The GM of that team is not doing what the hell he's doing. What he's doing, and it's just
Yeah.
like it is what it is for the Jets. I mean, there's Raiders and Dolphins. I'm going to have to go with the Raiders on this one.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with the Raiders too, solely on the fact that Tua got hurt
And
and
not
they
to
don't have a
mention,
backup.
true, but also the Raiders. They've been very solid. Derek Carr so far is leading the league in passing yards. Like most, the Raiders are almost like number one, almost offensive category in the NFL. So up to in the for the first 2 weeks so far. But I just kind of feel like the only issue that I might see the Raiders run into is their defense. I mean, they have a good defense, but it's just like they kind of just need to tighten it up a little bit. But I think overall, I think the Raiders are such a solid team. Derek Carr, on the other hand, has proven people said, "Look, you're going to hate on me. I'm going to ball the living crap out of it." And
Yep.
obviously, look what's happening. Um, next up, another 25. I think the Seahawks and Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to go Seahawks because you
All right.
cannot.
I'm sorry, dude. My Wi-Fi did that shit again.
But okay, so we have next game is the Seattle Seahawks, who are away at the Minnesota Vikings.
Look, I really don't know about the Vikings this year. I feel like they'll be good enough to win a few games. They're not bad enough to, be outright disgusting to watch. As a bad team.
Oh yeah,
Um, Seahawks, they
they
have
just got
Russell
some.
Wilson.
They got Russell Wilson, DK, Tyler
They
Lockett.
have they have the offense to, run to just ball out. And I don't think the Vikings have a defense that would just
Surprise
stop.
anybody. And not to
No.
mention, Kirk Cousins is not the answer for the Vikings. I'm sorry. I mean, it's the writing's right there on the wall. Like you need a better quarter.
The thing is with Kirk Cousins is that he's good, but he's always on bad teams.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Just like I don't specifically hate Kirk Cousins, but I hate that the Vikings overpaid for him during that one all season, like because he's way overpaid for a quarterback.
Yeah.
But I'm unfortunate to see. I think the Seahawks is probably they're going to honestly not run away with this. I know the Vikings can put up some points too, but I'm not going to say it's like a tremendous blowout. I think at best, I can't really put a specific score prediction between these two teams because I know they can put up points on the offensive side.
Yep. They sure can.
No, this is going to be a tough one. Buccaneers and the LA Rams.
Listen, man. It's tough, but you kind of know who's going to win the game. It's the
Oh,
Buccaneers.
and again, I mean, it's good. I know it's going to be a close game. I know that for sure because this is the best we've seen Matthew Stafford in years. But I'm going to say Rams are going to. I think they're going to upset the Buccaneers because the only way I say that because the Buccaneers defense, it's iffy for them. That's the problem I only see with the Buccaneers. But I mean, I could be wrong. So it can go either way with these two teams. And then we move on to the Packers and the 49ers.
Like I said last week, if Aaron Rodgers plays hard, they win that game. Because the 49ers don't have a defense. Their offense is kind of hit or miss. But yeah, I really don't know too much.
Oh, for sure. And then we get to the Monday Night Football. Eagles and Cowboys.
Listen, I that offense needs to wake up because last week it wasn't, good for us.
Definitely.
And I think part of it was the play calling. The play calling was just bad until like that last few minutes of the game where we went down the field and scored. If the play calling is good, we're taking it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the only problem that we have is the offense. If the offense cleans it up and we wake up and we're fine, great.
Oh, for sure.
Because that defense only allowed 17 points last week against the 49ers. So
and like no other team. I mean, from what I can remember, like the 49ers knows how to blow out any other team, but we're I think from what we saw, like I think we're like one of the teams that actually held them to a very low score. So I mean,
I feel like if Philly's offense did what they did week 1, they're taking it.
Oh, definitely. And it's just not just that. It's just like, and I'm going to and not to mention like one of the Dallas's other players is out as well for Monday night, so that's another big loss for the Cowboys. But yeah, I mean, I think like you said, the play calling's there and the offense wakes up, and we can take advantage of this weekend Dallas defense. I mean, this should not be. This is time for redemption to really say, I mean, despite the record showing that we don't do well at Dallas, but I have a feeling that we're going to change that.
Here's a stat. Here's a stat for you. I was looking at a stat earlier. We are 9-3 in Monday Night Football games.
Oh, for sure.
So our record is really good on Monday nights.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think with that part of a high octane offense, we're going 10-3 in Monday night.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, I mean those. But before we move on to our next topic, what do you guys think about? Drop your predictions, like by the end, because it's like we would like to, like we said, it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Now, obviously, the next topic has been circling around a lot on social media. I don't know if you paid attention to that. I mean, obviously, it's still the same situation over for the last couple months. It's the Ben Simmons thing.
Ah, shit.
So, according
he's posting another video of him shooting threes and playing a pickup game. Well, we're not falling for the shit.
Oh, this is the thing too. Shams, who was another NBA reporter, kind of said, that he tweeted out this like earlier that the most of his teammates on the Sixers were flying out to LA to try to convince him. He said no. He basically, in other words, said no. Fuck you, basically. Yeah. So that's I mean, basically, he still wants out, and what's laughable is the fact that he still has defenders, which is I just really find that laughable. I really do.
I don't know if he has defenders at all. I feel like the whole city turned on him.
I mean,
the whole city of Philadelphia, and rightfully so, because he did not improve his game since he got drafted. And the thing is, he's being a whiny little bitch about wanting to be out of here because he can't take us criticizing him.
Exactly.
Stop being a whiny little bitch and improve your damn game.
Exactly. I mean, it's just like it's ridiculous, and and now from what I've been hearing, the NBA could, with the new CBA that the NBA are gonna discuss. There's a possibility that the commissioner is going to take action against Ben Simmons if this is getting straightened out, because if not, I mean, Simmons is going to be in a world of trouble by this.
He's already in a world of fucking hurt. What are you talking about, man?
I'm saying this is going to be extra because there is like I said, there is a possibility that the league and the commissioner are going to really punish him severely. Despite the Sixers are going to do their part, of getting him these fines and whatnot. But I think, and RB brought up a good point that the owners are not having, like, the players like who take like Simmons for example, who are acting like this. The owners are not having it, so they're going to try to. So the league and
here's the thing: he's trying to pull a freaking James Harden. You know what happened with James Harden before he got traded? His ass got fined.
Oh yeah,
I think it was like $10,000 or something. He got fined.
I would think so, because if I know the Sixers are going to do a lot more with this fines, because it's like. And the fact, and not just that, he also denied, and we said this before last week too, late, but say we cannot see in this, like his teammates cannot see in the same, and now the fact that he also denied Joel Embiid, which is like, it's like, dude, I mean, you're done. I mean, like you said, rightfully so, we decided to turn on him, and it's just like, and this is why people who come out, I don't know, like, so, and I said this to RB too, like. Ben Simmons is one of those players, like, if you could redo that draft all over again, like, the one player I would have taken was Brandon Ingram off that board, because he was one of the better names that was up on that board, and we also know how he and he's had a pretty good career. Ingram has, but the fact that we got stuck with Ben Simmons for the first 5 years, it's ridiculous at this point. I don't know. It's just like this is just getting crazy at this point. It's like. Luckily, I don't have much hair left, so to speak, because it's like Ben Simmons was one of those things where he just wants to really tear your hair out, basically.
Yeah. He's infuriating, bro. It's just as a Sixers fan, it's frustrating, very frustrating.
Oh yeah,
to see all this and to have Ben whine, bitch, and moan. Oh, I want to be out of here because Philly fans are the worst and blah blah blah. No, if you want to go, there's a door.
Fine.
Don't let on the fucking ass on the way out.
Exactly. That's just like, and not to mention that Joel Embiid, who we would have thought, like, say, if he did improve his game, would have been a great duo. Really,
here's the thing. Here's the thing with Embiid. Embiid got better,
and
Embiid. We said something about his conditioning and his health. Guess what he did? He went out and got better, and he leaned out, and he played his ball last year. Simmons, he didn't do shit, and that's what's pissing us off.
It really does. You're gonna give us more than Pascal Siakam, because and that's the thing about it. Pascal Siakam is not the best player that he used to be. Because think about it this way, I think. When Kawhi Leonard was with the Raptors, I think he's the one who made Pascal Siakam a lot better than he appears to. And don't get me wrong, Pascal Siakam is an okay player. I mean, I think in the right the right setting, there's no doubt he can be an all-star. I mean,
yeah, but the thing is, you said it yourself. He's just an okay player. We don't want okay. We want a guy who can dominate games, shoot threes. For sure. Great free throws. We want to be a championship team now. We're 5 years in being a playoff team again since 2012 when we tanked to get these draft picks. Half of them didn't pan out. Half of them did. And now we're a playoff team. We got the number 1 seed last year, but we fell short. We want to be a championship team now. We are 5 years in.
And that leads me to the next thing about Tyrese Maxey. At least use someone who's a homegrown talent like Tyrese Maxey, for example, who the Sixers did a pretty good job of developing him. And then the fact that Tyrese Maxey is also working on his 3-point shot. He's got a good he's got a good mid-range jump shot from
from the in an open space. And he's a great free throw shooter. I think he had like an 80-something% free throw last year as a rookie.
Yeah, and that's what Ben needs to do to improve his game. Do exactly what Tyrese Maxey did. Improve at mid-range. Improve at three. Improve at the line. That's what he needed to do, and he didn't do it for the last 5 seasons.
Oh, for sure. And not to mention, at that time, Tyrese Maxey was a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie, and look, watch. Next year, he's going to dominate even further. He's going to dominate even further. He's going to improve better.
Exactly, like Tyrese Maxey, and the fact that as much as obviously, Tyrese Maxey's just going to go up. That's just kind of where the fact. Think about it this way: Joel Embiid already in our eyes at the MVP. Tobias Harris, very solid. Had a pretty solid solid season this year. Danny Green, a little skeptical at first in the early in the season, but as soon as he got hot, he was just lights out. Same with Seth Curry. Now if you add Tyrese Maxey to run, and people don't realize how smooth the offense runs under Tyrese Maxey.
If you have Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, I don't know why I'm talking about a comedian. Seth Curry,
Danny Green. Oop. Sorry about that, guys. We're having a.
You've got a team.
Oh, the team. But the only issue is.
Oh, for sure. But all we have to do is tinker out that bench. We got a good backup center in Andre Drummond, and he was no slouch either. Like Andre Drummond, I know people, and actually I thought that was a very solid pickup for them because I think, in my honest opinion, I kind of feel like he's going to do a little bit more than Dwight Howard. As much as I enjoy Dwight Howard as a backup to Embiid, and I feel like this is where I think having someone like Drummond, and then we had Dwight Howard. I just kind of feel like Embiid's going to get even better as the center because there's a few things he's got to obviously kind of take it down a notch because we don't want to keep him having to get hurt and miss some time. I just feel like we got some great 3-point shooters. All around, like if you had Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, you could probably have Tobias. Let's see. I can say you got Tobias or Danny Green at the 3. You get and then you have Embiid at the 5, and I think you have Danny or Tobias Harris at the 4. Like you got some solid 3-point shooting all around, like from 1 through 5 in that rotation.
Yeah.
Now,
I disagree with that because
No.
I disagree with that, Slinksy, because, and here's my reason why. Like, if you look at our franchise history and the different coaches we had, from what I remember, we had Doug Collins. Most probably know Sixers fans won't remember. He was the head coach for a good chunk of time. Then we canned him. Next, we brought in Brett Brown. Didn't work. Canned his ass. Way long overdue. And then we actually finally get someone that's respectable as Doc Rivers. Yeah, throw the postseason thing out the side. But it's just like nobody, like, he knows how to put people, think about it this way. He's still another one. He had guys to get, we all know, Joel Embiid getting on his, having lacking conditioning. And he got better at that. And even Doc Rivers. See, I wouldn't mind. If you throw in like Buddy Hield or somebody else from the Kings, I'll take it. Because here's the thing. Because
I really wouldn't, dude.
De'Aaron Fox, no, because I doubt it. Only time will tell at this point with the Sixers because so far, we have some good players. Even in the G League, that can step up. Charles Bassey, thank God he finally signed his rookie deal. Took a fucking while. It was a 3-year deal or 3-year rookie deal. But yeah, I just feel like if the Sixers can do, if they can cut, obviously we're definitely going to cut our losses to Ben Simmons at some point. But I just kind of feel like if you have like homegrown talent, say.
Poo in a minute, and then I'll set your water.
Well, yeah, like I was just kind of saying, if you have like, But yeah, it's just like.
Oh, it's live.
But yeah, like I was saying,
Hold on, I gotta mute my mic.
Yeah.
Well, my mom's in the room and she wants.
Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. My buddy Tyler's my co-host Tyler's has a discussion off to the side. But yeah, unfortunately, the way that I was saying, because it's like, I mean, at best, the best fit for Ben Simmons is the Minnesota Timberwolves. CJ, I don't want CJ though. That's the thing. Because here's the thing. Because like the only team that I know that has a decent fit for Ben Simmons is the Timberwolves, because you got Karl-Anthony Towns wants requests a trade from there, because that franchise ain't doing nothing for them. Right. I mean, you got a good stud in Anthony Edwards, was pretty good for them. I'll get the Timberwolves that. I mean, they got a stud in Anthony Edwards. It's just like now they got a whole new GM. Gupta. For those Sixers who don't know, he also has experience under Sam Hinkie. He was all the process stuff. Now he's got to obviously also work with Daryl Morey with Houston. And it's just kind of like where I just feel like this is where there is a possibility there's going to get a deal done with Minnesota. I'm pretty sure Minnesota, because Portland's already off the table. Golden State doesn't want to do anything, does nothing want to do with them, because their owner got fined because of the tampering, because of the Ben Simmons comments. It's like, really? Because number one, Simmons and Draymond Green hate each other, and number two, they're not a good fit, and it's just kind of like where it's just like the best fit. I can honestly say is the Timberwolves. That's the one organization that's rebuilding. I mean, that's the. I mean, other than that, or you can ship them off to the Pistons. But I don't know who we're going to get back in return. But
honestly, I want to them off to the Pistons, because the Pistons are ass and you don't have any good players.
True, but yeah, I mean, that's what I have so far with the Ben. Well, that kind of ties into all the NBA stuff. But yeah, I mean, what are your expectations looking for this upcoming NBA season?
I really don't know, because if Ben stays in Philly and they allow him to play, we're a playoff team at best, but we're not going to win the championship. If Ben goes and we find, God forbid, a good shooter, then we're a championship team.
Oh,
but
definitely.
The problem lies
with Ben Simmons.
With Ben Simmons, that's where the problem lies.
Because think about it this way: if you look at the way that, obviously we're going to need Retinger at the bench anyways, but I think if we cut our losses with Simmons, say hypothetically that we did, we have some great players that can step up in big time, like we mentioned, like we said before, Tyrese Maxey, playoff. The fact that this kid was a rookie thrown into the playoffs and still balled out. Like the fact that a lot of teams passed up on him in the NBA draft, and the fact that he fell to us at the 21st pick, and I was like, oh shit. But now we're really seeing what Tyrese Maxey is capable of. The fact that he has a great range for jump shots, and the fact that he plays old school basketball too, finishing at the rim too. It's just like, I mean, it's and the kid can also, like, on a good day, for example, can drop you at least 30 or 40. So we're going to have, like, if they can do that, I mean, we're going to be putting up some serious points, because like NBA can do it. Tyrese Maxey shown he can do that. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's like you said, there's certain teams, but for us, the problem lies with Ben Simmons, and I just feel like I don't think he's going to play, in my honest opinion, because I know they're going to fine him heavily. There's probably going to be a possible suspension, so we're just going to have to wait and follow up.
I don't think they're going to go that far. They're not going that far.
Maybe
they're not going to suspend Ben. They're going to just.
I know they're going to fine him heavily. I know that for sure.
They're not going to suspend him. Let's get real.
Well, yeah, but
it's not like he started a fight with a player or he did something exponentially terrible to warrant a suspension.
Well, that's true. But that kind of leads me into the next thing. Let's talk about Mark Zumo's replacement, Kate Scott, being the first woman to broadcast the Philadelphia 76ers here in Philadelphia. I'm excited because it's like, as much as I liked Mark Zumo calling the Sixers games, but obviously, obviously do retirement, but I just kind of feel like it's a, and I've watched, and obviously she also broadcasted the women's national team. She was a pretty good broadcaster, and I think this is finally actually Sixers actually are making a little bit of history with their broadcast team. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I feel like, and what pisses me off about that is that fans are hating on it. Oh, they hired a woman? Are you kidding? Shut up.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, because yes, I think too. Like Mark Zumo, we don't know how long before even Mark Zumo was considering retirement. We didn't know how much longer he was going to do it. And obviously, Ala Adanabi, love the guy. I don't think we just need someone to compliment him. And the fact that we have someone who's a local broadcaster who actually done like some of these big, to broadcast the women's to call the games for the U.S. women's national team. That's kind of you're really putting yourself on the map there because that's huge. Obviously, we all know that soccer is kind of been, finally picking up traction here in the United States. Obviously, it's just what it is, and the fact that Kate Scott, still, like I said, local broadcaster, finally getting the opportunity that she deserves. Now it's pretty cool to really see that. And, obviously, Ala Abdinabi, still one of the good commentator for the Sixers. I just kind of feel like just words, as much as I like Mark Zumo, I feel this is a good, a good start for her, and I'm excited to see how she does.
I am too. I'm excited to see how she does. I want to talk about the Phillies.
Oh, go ahead.
They're a game and a half out of first place with, I'm guessing, the rest of this series
right now,
the Atlanta series, and then the Marlins to finish it off.
Oh Lord, let's
honestly, I think they got it.
And the fact that we kind of
the way they're playing right now, and if they keep this up for the last,
how many ever?
Games?
I think 9 games by the time
9 games. I think they got it. I think they
made that 3-0 Phillies by over the Pittsburgh Pirates.
They're already winning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about Kyle Gibson for just a second. Let's talk about Kyle Gibson.
Can I finish my thought?
Yeah.
They got it in the bag. I feel like fans are giving up way too soon. Way too soon. They're a game and a half out with 9 games left. We've never been this way with 9 games left.
Exactly. And you got to think too, like
the season's going down as I expected it. It's going right down to the wire.
Oh, exactly. And say hypothetically, this is going to be the first time we had a winning season in over a decade.
For real. We literally have not had a winning season in a decade.
Exactly. That's crazy. That's crazy how it is.
Because the next year after 2011, we went 81-81. After that, we haven't been doing nothing.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. It's like, see, I was doubting because it's like, but what I do get, I mean, as much as people want to shit on Dombrowski, but he's done the fact that he's done what he could, and the fact that he made some significant changes in the front office, which is a good first step.
I think the problem with Dombrowski is that he didn't do enough to bolster that bullpen. That bullpen is still an issue, but I love the fact that the Phillies are compensating it with the offense.
Oh, exactly.
They're compensating it. That's what they needed to do last year with the bullpen. Sure, your bullpen's not going to be that good, but there was a lot of teams in the playoffs last year that didn't have a bullpen. You could have compensated it with better offense. If you had better offense, you would have taken that shit to the moon.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and that's the thing too. Like the bullpen, like you said, has been very inconsistent. There are times where, very few stretch of games where they were been shut lights out.
Then we go to like the next few weeks. They're kind of slumping. So it's like I said, it's not the worst thing it's not the worst, but they're very inconsistent. But the one that's been very consistent.
But the thing.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah.
They've got a chance. They just gotta, you
gotta put it together.
They gotta put it together. They gotta put it together in the last 9 games. If they put it together in the last 9 games, we're making the playoffs for the first time since 2011. For sure.
Exactly. For definitely.
Fans are like, oh, we're not gonna make the World Series. We're not trying to make the World Series. We're trying to make the playoffs as a stepping stone to build this team.
Exactly. We're still in a retooling.
We're at the tail end of a rebuild that's lasted far too long.
Exactly. And and the thing about it too, like the bullpen, like there are some few guys that have stepped up huge this season. As much as I hate to say it, but Hector Neris though is one of those names that he's after getting he's stepped up tremendously out of that bullpen. Like the fact that he had like the post and someone had a good trade deadline, they did like with Andrew Miller pre-trade deadline, had a sub-2 ERA before the trade deadline. Post-trade deadline for Hector Neris, same exact numbers. And the fact that he's getting very close to breaking the all-time Phillies reliever strikeout record. Like,
yep.
I was like, oh my lord.
I think the right move. I think Girardi made the right move, bumping him from closer to reliever. He's better at reliever because he doesn't have that pressure.
Yeah, I mean he does
not have that pressure.
And that's the thing too. Like,
and to give Ian Kennedy that closing spot, key.
Oh, for sure. And not to mention too, like the fact that, like you said, having him bumped down to like the setup guy in the sometimes 7th, 8th inning guy, and the fact that he can still, and he has that fastball confidence that he was lacking last year. It's really good to see that the fact that, and then, to compliment his splitter and probably a third, and I think, it's just like, I think they did a very good job of, just kind of, I guess, just really clearing Hector's head. Almost, I don't know why I said Nectar, because I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, obviously Bryce Harper going to be the MVP. There's no doubt about that. The way that and the fact that
but the problem, here's what's bothering me about that. I've been watching MLB Network on my phone, using a site that airs a lot of cable networks.
Yeah,
that streams them like for free. I don't have to pay anything. But I've been watching the MLB Network the other day, and everyone is picking Tatis to be MVP. Like, are you kidding me?
Exactly, because think about the list that Harper is on when he's leading the MLB in OPS. The last time that someone ever did that was Barry Bonds.
It's solely skill.
Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully Tyler will come back, or at least be unfrozen. Sorry about that. But yeah, like he was saying, like the fact that the MLB is choosing Tatis over Harper, get the hell out of here with that. Because here's the thing about Tatis, man. It's just like, he's just kind of just not defensively. He's not good defensively, that what people would think. Because Harper's been putting up these numbers, like he's leading the MLB in OPS. I mean, you got a 3-way batting title between former teammates with each other. Oh, hang on, sorry. So my co-host is going to be back in just a few minutes, in a couple seconds. I just got to reconnect. But like, to finish off this thought, the fact that Tatis, or people say Tatis is going to be the MVP. Have you seen how bad the Padres have been playing? And the fact that, and again, he's a decent player. And the reason why I say that, because number one, he's not good defensively. The fact that they moved him to the outfield because like he can't field a ground ball at shortstop or just play shortstop, kind of makes you think. It's like, It's like, really? It really does. And it's like, it's crazy to think that um the MLB is just like, just don't want to really just kind of just really, I don't know. It's like, it really annoys me because like the fact that boom.
Bro, I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi turned off for like 10 minutes. Felt like.
Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I was finishing up your thought while we had some small technical issues.
Oh, that wasn't small. That was huge.
Or the huge technical issue, I should say.
Oh my god. It's pissing me off.
And think about it this way: the last person who ever led the MLB in OPS was Barry fucking Bonds in the early 2000s. And Harper.
That's the thing. That's what pisses me off about the whole Tatis pick by MLB Network. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, it's because he has all this swagger. Or what?
No. Like, hold that thought. Have you seen the numbers that Harper's been putting up? Like, the fact
have you not seen the numbers he's been putting up?
And not to mention, he's on some list like one of the greatest.
Tatis is batting 286. Harper's batting like 13.
And not to mention, he's also
clear who the MVP should be.
And not to mention, Harper's on a three-way tie or a three-way race with the batting title with Trey Turner and Juan Soto. So you got three former teammates.
I feel like some people did pick Juan Soto, but you can make the case for him.
Yeah, exactly.
If you think Juan Soto should be the MVP, then he should be MVP. And then okay, cool.
Yeah,
you're also going solely based on skill. But the people who are choosing Tatis over his swagger off the field,
that don't mean jack shit.
That doesn't mean jack shit if you're batting 286.
Because here's the thing about that: because offensively, he's good for Tatis.
Yeah, he's good.
Defensively, he's absolutely horrendous as a defensive player.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to cut the podcast short, brother.
All right, but I want to get to at least one more topic because we're about to run out of time here. So I actually wrote down actually, how about another situation? Zion Williamson is ghosting the New Orleans Pelicans. What are your thoughts on that?
Bro, you were the number one pick on a bad team. Yes, you still were bad last year. That does not mean you should ghost a team after one damn season with the team.
Exactly. You're
on a rebuilding roster. Let that shit build itself.
Exactly. I mean, you're a good player. You're like a generational player.
Hold on. If you're in year 5, and they're still bad, that's when you start blaming the team, blaming management, and starting to be pissed about them.
Oh yeah.
But after year 1,
this might be. I think this might be his third year, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's entering his 4th season with the Pelicans.
Okay, then yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so I mean, the feeling's mutual, Zion. We
I thought he was like his first season because Zion broke out last year.
Oh, he did, and that's the thing too. Like, I think Eddie T would have lucky to have Williamson, but I don't know though. Like, it's crazy that it's like you have someone like Zion who's obviously, I get it. I mean, you already got rid of Lonzo. Now he's probably going even better with the Chicago Bulls. Now you got like the fact that it's like, dude, I don't know what is going over there with the Pelicans, man.
I don't know. They drove away Anthony Davis. They drove away Lonzo. They're probably going to drive away Zion. Yeah, they're going to be a dumpster fire for years. The way this is headed.
Yeah,
they're the new Kings. They're the new Sacramento Kings.
And look, I mean, the Kings have some decent players, but just like they can't do anything.
They're finally getting their heads out of their asses, man. For
years
before they got Buddy Hield and all the other guys, all the other promising players.
They've been a bad team.
Oh my god!
I think the only good player that they had during that
the Marcus freaking Cousins, and they drove him out of town.
And he's been even better since then.
He's a champion.
Exactly. And who knows? Like Lonzo Ball could probably be, or yeah, Lonzo. Okay, I was almost
I don't think Lonzo could be a champion. I really don't.
there. I mean,
To me, he's just a good player. He's not a great player. He's a good player.
but there is a possibility one day he can be an NBA champion.
If he ends up in LA and gets carried by LeBron.
And that's the thing too. That's another thing too about like any player that gets. See, I don't really like that because it's like I just kind of feel like LeBron. I mean, I have no disrespect to LeBron of what he's done in the last throughout his career. You know, being one of the greatest players of all time, being just kind of just doing what he does. God, at 30, despite the fact doing still a lot of good things at 36 years old, which is most people wouldn't say, okay, if you're 36, you're be broken down. Not in LeBron's case. I feel like he just like certainly plays age like a fine wine. LeBron is one of those kind of players because like, and now the fact that he's learned how to actually, I mean, he already had a jump shot, but it was not good. But we've seen like say, okay, so he kind of looks like okay, so let me take a step back. Instead of dunking the ball, like since now we're moving to the new age of basketball where people are going to be shooting a lot, so it's like okay, let's let's fine tune my jump shot. And ever since then, I mean, he's been a Chris jump shot.
That's pretty much all the topics that we need to cover, right?
I mean, I have a lot more, but I can cover, for the remainder like 4 minutes. My buddy. But yeah. But I think
I'm sorry I had to cut it short. I'm having stomach problems.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna help cover the remainder of the show. But Tyler, man, things not a bad show today. I should, not too bad though.
Yeah, another successful show. How many are we up for 200?
Some before. Wait, what sub count wise?
Yeah.
40 away from 200.
All right.
Or technically we are, I should say. But yeah, before I want to wrap up to there was this, which is funny that I've been seeing a lot basically baseball fans, if you go back, let's do a little time travel back to 2008 to the Tampa Bay Rays. There's a pitcher by the name of Scott Kazmir. I know most people won't remember, but we know we do. And the fact that this guy, I don't know how old he is, but I might have to I might check that. But the fact that he's been pretty good in his comeback.
Day.
This is the last topic of the day. But the fact that Scott Kazmir, obviously our Phillies kind of kicked the living crap. Well, it was a good series between the Rays, and he was pretty solid for the Rays too when he was during this time there. But the fact that had made his comeback in 2021, pitching for the first place Giants, who, might I add, is the very first 100 win team in the major leagues. He's been pretty solid. It's the fact, good for him, man. Obviously, I just kind of feel like where some players just sometimes have a hard time making a comeback. Scott Kazmir, on the other hand, more power. Give him credit to where it is, man. The fact that he just kind of I feel like he just kind of fell from obscurity over the years. Then all of a sudden, when I heard his name while I was watching the Giants game, I was like, this cannot be the same Scott Kazmir that I was like, holy shit. I was like, wow, okay, that is interesting. That is like, I was like, man, that's pretty. Man, I haven't heard that name in forever. But good for Scott Kazmir. But to just kind of keep it brief. But with all that out of the way, but thank you for those who stopped by or who was watching. Who stopped by who in the chat. Thank you for tuning in to episode 17 of the Sports Talk Podcast with Robert and Tyler. If you are new to the channel, hit like this, share this around too. We're going to be doing this weekly, So I mean, also you can hit us. You can hit up on social media too. Like you can drop topics too, like that we haven't gotten to cover, but put it because obviously if you look on the bottom of the layout,
All my social media is there, and all is linked in the description, so you guys can follow me on there. But with that being said, well, thank you for stopping by the stream. This is Robert, your host, Robert and Tyler, and then we are out.
Peace.